Hello friends, welcome to your Hatha yoga practice. My name is Ali. Today we are going to find our inner warriors as we go through our practice today. You knowing your body best, so take breaks whenever you want to take breaks. Drink plenty of water. Today all you're going to need is your mat. Let's get ready. Today's practice standing, so taking your feet hip distance apart, taking those shoulders up, back, and down. Palms facing forward. I invite you to close down your eyes here, if that's what's in your practice. And maybe rocking back and forth on those feet. Find that position where you feel yourself grounding into the mat. Coming into our breath work here. Inhaling through that nose. And exhaling through that nose. Reminding ourselves that it's okay to be a beginner. Giving ourselves a little grace as we go through our practice or our flow today. Maybe digging deep and finding that inner warrior. Let's take one more big deep inhale together. And letting that go. Blinking those eyes open. Let's sweep our arms up overhead. Hands coming through heart center. Let's do that again 2 more times. Sweeping our arms all the way up. Bringing those hands through that heart center. Last time as we bring it up. All the way up through heart center. And this time we're going to forward fold. Letting that head relax. Maybe shaking our head side to side. Inhale, come up halfway with a nice flat back. Exhale, bend those knees, raise those arms, standing tall all the way up. Let's do that again. Taking our hands all the way up through that heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. In your forward fold, moving around however that body feels for you today. Maybe moving side to side. Maybe straightening and bending those knees. Coming back to that solid position, grounding through those toes. Coming up halfway, sinking our bums, lifting our arms, coming into our chair pose, taking a look down to see where our toes are in space. Can we sink our bums a little bit lower? Can we lift our arms up a little bit higher? Rooting down through those feet, pressing all the way up to stand, bringing those hands back through the heart center. Let's do that one more time. Rising all the way up, folding forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Sinking our bums, bending our knees, coming into our chair pose. Knowing that we can bring our hands through the heart center. We can reach our hands up towards the ceiling, pressing through all 4 corners of the feet, standing tall. Beautiful, friends. Circle sweep our arms all the way up. Exhale to fold. Let's take a step back into our tabletop. Bending our elbows, coming all the way towards the ground. Let's untuck our toes, squeezing our bums, lifting our chest for a little baby cobra. As you exhale, lowering back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale to lower. Let's tuck our toes, lift our hips, push ourselves back into our downward facing dog. So this is our upside down V. Let's do a lot of movement here. Moving from side to side. Bending and straightening those legs. Hips are coming up towards the ceiling with a long spine. Finding wide fingertips here. Pushing that floor away. You can either have your feet parallel or your big toes can touch. Inhale, lift that right leg up towards the sky. We're going to bend that knee and bring that knee towards our nose, igniting that core. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, inhale to lift. Bringing that knee towards our nose, puffing up our back, bringing our foot forward. Dropping that left knee towards the floor. Coming into our option 1 of our crescent pose, lifting those arms up towards the sky. Taking our front knee and pressing it away from us. Option to stay right here or come a little bit forward and a little bit back. Just loosening up that hip a little bit, that psoas. Beautiful, friends. Wherever you are, we're going to bring our hands towards our chest. And our left elbow is going to come towards our right knee. Coming into a slight twist. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. You can stay right here. You can open those arms up nice and wide, feeling that twist deepen. Keep that breath alive. For 3, 2, coming back down, untwisting, hands plant to the floor, tuck your toe, lift that knee back up. We're going to rock forward to our forward fold, lowering that head down, maybe holding onto your elbows here, rocking side to side. Letting gravity do the work. Can we bend one knee and straighten the other? Feeling that length in the spine and your hamstrings. Coming back to that forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway with that nice flat back. We're going to bend those knees and sink that bum and lifting our arms into our chair pose. Pressing through that floor, standing up nice and tall. Bring those hands through the heart center. Beautiful, friends. Let's circle sweep those arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step back into our plank pose. We're going to lower halfway down. Squeezing those elbows in towards your thigh, pulling your belly button up and in for 3, 2, pressing into your downward facing dog. Finding that comfortable foot position, pedaling out those feet. Nice wide back. Reaching those hips up towards the ceiling. Let's take that left leg nice and long, bending that knee towards the toe. So curling that spine like you would do in a cat pose. So pressing that floor away, using that core. Last time, bringing that foot through, right knee on the floor. Bringing those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Option to stay right here or coming forward and back. So you're choosing the intensity today, friends. Wherever you are, you can bring your hands to your heart center and twist towards the opposite side. So your right elbow towards your left knee this time. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. With each inhale, can you continue with that twist? Maybe keeping your hands where they are, or maybe opening them up. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Releasing with your hands together. Planting those hands on the floor. Tuck your toes. Lift that knee off the floor. And rock yourself up to a forward fold. Letting that head go. Maybe shaking it from side to side. Know that you can hold on to your elbows here. And let gravity do that work. Coming back to that forward fold, we're going to sink our bums, bend our knees, reaching our arms all the way up, pressing up through that full foot to stand. Beautiful, friends. Circle sweep those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step back into our plank again. So shoulders are over wrists. Spine is nice and long. I'm pressing the floor away with my hands with nice wide fingertips. Lifting my abdominals up. And I'm continuing to breathe here. Let's push into downward facing dog. So hips come up towards the ceiling. I'm going to readjust my feet. Reach the crown of my head towards the mat. And feel that length in my hamstrings. Bringing my toe mountains together. I'm going to lift that right leg all the way up into the sky, bending that knee, and I'm going to open that hip this time. Maybe it feels good to do little circles in one direction. Maybe it feels good to do little circles in the opposite direction, or just reaching that toe, back toe towards the floor. Straightening that leg out. Let's bring that through towards your hands. Finding that front foot grounding into the mat as we reach our hands up towards the ceiling into our Crescent Pose. Sinking into that Crescent Pose, relaxing our shoulders. Can you reach your back heel towards the mat, lengthening out that thigh. And swing our back arm around, coming into our warrior two. Doing a little flow here. We're going to take that right arm up towards the ceiling, reaching that back arm into our reverse warrior. Coming back to that warrior two. Let's do that a couple more times. Reaching that top arm up to reverse warrior. Back to that warrior two. Last time, reverse. Feel that length in your fingertips along that side body. And warrior two. Swinging that arm back around for your crescent lunge. Planting those hands. Stepping that foot back to plank pose. Strong planks here. So press that floor away. Wide fingertips. Pull that belly up. And lift those hips towards the sky. Come into downward facing dog. Good work, friends. You can pedal out your dog here.
Bringing those big toes to touch again. Taking that left foot up into the sky. Bending that knee, opening that hip up. Know that you can stay here, reaching that back toe towards the floor, or maybe circling your hip in one direction and circling it in the other. Whatever movements is feeling good for you today. Coming back through center, bringing that foot forward between the hands. Inhale, come up, reaching those arms towards the sky, lifting high into our crescent lunge. So take a look at your positioning. You want to make sure that you're balanced. It's okay if you wobble, just creating that muscle memory. Taking that back arm down, coming into that warrior two, taking up space on that mat, reaching through those fingertips. Taking that left arm up towards the sky, coming back into your reverse warrior. Back into warrior two, sinking down. Inhale, reverse. Exhale to stay. Inhale and exhale. Holding here for a breath. Sinking back down, friends. Taking that hand back up and towards the ceiling. Coming back into your crescent lunge. Lengthen out that left leg, nice and long. Squeeze that bum. Plant your hands. Step back, plank pose. Pushing that floor away. Pull that belly button up. Doing great, friends. We're going to rock it forward and rock it back. Forward and back. Turning on that core, firing your body up. You have 4 here. 3, 2, hold in place. Bring your right foot to meet your hands, then your left. Coming into this tiny little ball. Know that if your heels come off the mat, no worries. Wherever you are today, just practicing, maybe squeezing into that little ball. Practice with no hands or using the floor to help you. Staying here in our little ball of yarn. Exhale, forward fold. Relaxing that head, shaking it side to side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep your arms all the way up. Bring your hands through your heart center. Beautiful, friends. Finding yourself at the top of your mat. Take our right foot forward, finding balance in our left foot. Maybe flexing at that ankle, finding a spot on the floor or the wall. Relaxing those shoulders. Let's circle our ankle in one direction. Setting up for our warrior 3, and circle it in the opposite direction. We could stay here, practicing our balance, or coming with me to find that strength in that warrior 3. So we're going to shoot that leg behind us. We're going to hinge at our hips. Now what tends to happen is in this pose is that we lift our hip up. Can we have our hips pointed towards the floor? Can we squeeze our inner thighs together, squeezing our bum? Maybe our hands reach out behind us. It's like we're flying through the air, sometimes called airplane pose. Reach, reach, reach with that back foot. All the way back. Bending that front knee. Coming up into that crescent lunge again. Beautiful, friends. Whew. That is a toughie. Staying here for an inhale. Exhale, bringing those hands to the heart center. Inhale, right elbow, left knee. Coming into that twist again. Beautiful. Can we lengthen out that back leg? Maybe sink a little bit lower in that front leg. With each inhale, we increase that twist. Inhale for 4, 3, 2. Coming back through center. Plant those hands. Rock forward, back on that heel. Step it in. Forward fold. Shaking that head side to side. Coming up onto your tip toes, squeezing those legs together. So heels are lifted. And we're going to slowly sink our bum towards the floor. So coming into that little ball of yarn again, wherever that is for you. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those inner thighs. Squeeze those legs together. And on your next inhale, rise back up to that forward fold, bum towards the sky. Plant the heels down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep your arms all the way up. Hands to the heart center. Beautiful, friends. Let's try the other side. So this time, I'm going to root down through my right leg, squeeze my bum, squeeze that quad, lift that left knee in front. Finding a spot on the floor, that magic spot to help with that balance. You could have your hands on your hips. Let's rotate that ankle in one direction and rotate it in the other direction. Knowing you can stay right here, working with your balance, creating that inner strength, that warrior. Or coming along with me with that flow as we shoot that back leg behind us, bending in that front leg. Pressing that back leg behind us, hips are pointed down towards the floor. Feeling the length from the tip of your head to the tip of your tail. Maybe your arms come beside you, like you're going to fly through the air. Wobbles are great. Working that ankle strength. Keep pushing with that back heel. Squeezing that bum. Let's bend that front knee. Reach that foot behind us. Coming into our crescent pose. Come back to your breath. Reach that back heel towards the floor. Feel that stretch in that quad. And then bring your hands through the heart center. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, reach that left knee, left elbow towards the right knee. Letting that go. Reaching that back heel towards the floor. Maybe sinking in that right leg. Option to open up those arms. Really feeling that twist. With each inhale, creating that twist. Maybe looking up towards the ceiling for a challenge. Down to the floor for balance. Releasing your arms, planting your hands, stepping back to plank. Bending those elbows, coming down halfway. Holding for 4, 3, 2. Come all the way down to the mat. Beautiful, friends. Let's take our arms nice and long in front of us. Swim them around to the side of our body. Glue our elbows together. Squeeze our bum. Push ourselves up for a little cobra. Exhale, come back down. Let's do that again. Bringing our arms forward, swimming them around, squeezing our bum, lifting ourselves up. Relaxing those shoulders, pulling our chest through. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower down. Tucking our toes, lifting our hips, pushing ourselves back to a wide-legged child's pose. So knees are nice and wide. Bum is reaching towards the heels. Resting that forehead on the mat. Maybe rocking it side to side. Just coming back to our breath. Warrior poses always fire up the full body, testing our balance and our strength. When you're ready, curling yourself up, taking your feet towards the side, sitting up nice and tall, planting your feet on your mat, knees are up towards the ceiling. We're going to slowly come down, so we're going to tuck our chin into our chest, and we're going to curl our body, coming back onto our pelvis, walking our hands down, back onto our mid-back, feeling each vertebrae as we come slowly down onto that mat. Allow those shoulders to touch and that head to touch. Beautiful, friends. Let's bring our right knee in towards our chest. Again, circling out that ankle. Rotate it in one direction and then the other direction. Taking that left hand to the right knee, we're going to allow that little twist to happen, taking that right knee towards the left side. Maybe that foot comes towards the floor. Maybe your gaze comes over your right fingertips. Breathing in through the nose here and exhaling. Releasing this side, bringing the left leg up to meet the right, and then taking that right leg long. Giving yourself a little bit of a hug, rotating that ankle in one direction, then the other direction. And taking that right hand on the left knee this time. And allowing that knee to fall towards the floor. So every side might be a little different. Giving yourself a little grace today as we do these little spinal twists. You can look over your opposite fingertips, feeling that release in that low back. Take a nice inhale here and letting that go. Bringing both knees in towards your chest, side to side. Left foot on the mat. Let's cross that right ankle over the left. Taking our arms out to that T position again. Let's take our right foot towards the left side. So continuing with that twist. Allowing this right knee to fall away from you. Feeling that nice stretch in your hip. Bringing that back up through the center, and let's switch sides. So my right foot's on the floor. My left ankle crosses over my right knee. And I'm going to take my left foot towards the floor. Little supine twist. Maybe looking over the opposite fingertips. Allowing that left knee to fall away from you. Relaxing in your breath here. If you find that you're breathing up in your chest like shallow breathing, can you allow that breath to come down and towards your belly area? Releasing this side here, planting both feet on the floor, taking our feet out mat distance apart. Can we take our hands on our ribs and breathe into our hands? Feel those ribs expand with every inhale and cinch in with every exhale. Keeping those breaths nice and long. Taking our right foot underneath our left leg, so towards our left bum. Can we reach down to grab that foot? Feeling a nice stretch in the front of that quad there. Keeping that breath deep in that belly again. You can always come back to hands on those ribs if you ever lose that breath. Taking that foot back, nice and wide. Left foot comes under, reaches towards your right butt cheek this time, maybe holding onto that foot. Feeling a nice stretch in the front of that thigh. Always good release after all the warrior work we've done. Taking our feet flat on the floor again. We're going to windshield wiper our legs, so taking our legs towards the left side this time. Holding there. If you're looking for a little bit more, that left foot can come on top of that right leg. Allowing that knee to fall towards the mat. Releasing that side, knees up towards the ceiling, all the way over to the other side. Know that you can stay right here. Or if you're looking for a little more, that right foot comes onto that left thigh. Always feels so nice. A nice release. Bringing those knees back up towards the ceiling. Taking those legs long, taking up nice big space. Finishing off in our star pose. Maybe your palms come up towards the ceiling. Letting that head rock from side to side. Taking this last couple minutes to enjoy the silence, your breath. Maybe closing down your eyes here, if that's part of your practice. Relaxing your face. Relaxing your jaw. Feeling your shoulders ground into the mat. Feeling the length of your spine on the mat. Knowing that it's there to hold you.
letting those feet fall to one side. Let your belly go. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Wiggling those toes, wiggling your fingers, moving those wrists and the ankles. Maybe blinking your eyes open. Bringing both knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a little hug. Rock side to side. Just massage the spine. Taking your hands underneath your thighs and rocking yourself up and down on your mat and up into a seated position, however you me. Let's take a big inhale together all the way up. Interlace those fingers, stretching up nice and tall, like you're stretching first thing in the morning. Taking your arms out nice and wide, friends, and give yourselves a big hug. My name is Ali. Thank you so much for joining me today for Hatha practice. I'll see you again.